No better tribute has been paid to any man on earth than to the teacher. East or west, everywhere he has been respected and worshipped. If in India, he was ranked next to God, in the West, he has been called the architect of nation, the maker of man and the maker of history. God created man in the shape of his image. The teacher fashions the child in the shape of his own image. Hence, it is said, as the teacher, so as the child. Manu, the ancient Indian sage, says, a teacher is the image of Brahma. According to Radhakrishnan, the teacher's place in society is of vital importance. He acts as the pivot for the transmission of intellectual traditions and technical skills from generation to generation and help to keep the lamp of civilization burning. According to Secondary Education Commission, every teacher and educationist of experience knows that even the best curriculum and the most perfect syllabus remains dead unless quickened into life by the right methods of teaching and the right kind of teachers. It is said that the teacher is the real maker of history. He is the architect of the young members of the society. If we observe minutely, we are sure to come to the conclusion that in almost all the progressive and leading countries of the world, the teacher has played the most important role and brought about prosperity and progress of that land. Secondary Education Commission says that the most important factor in the contemplated education reconstruction is the teacher, his personal qualities, his educational qualifications, professional training and the place he occupies in the school and society. The reputation of a school and its influence on the society invariably depends on the kind of the teacher working in it. Let us see about the teacher's relations with the society. The school springs from the society and works for the enrichment of the society. The teacher should re-establish this forgotten relationship between the two. The teacher should not entertain the wrong notion that society has nothing to contribute top the school substantially. If the teacher is resourceful, he can approach the local doctor, local engineer, the local postmaster, the local carpenter or the local weaver and tap the resources of such society member for the benefit of the school. The teacher should therefore establish fullest contact with the society. He should meet the school a society center. He should himself be an active member of non-political organizations which have a cultural and social aim. Often, the teacher's social relations are confined to their own professional group and this isolates them from other professions. Measures for securing cooperation. Teachers' visits to the home of the children, parents' visits to the school, personal notes of parents, reporting to the parents. These are 4 commonly used methods of reporting to parents. A report card. A good report card should place equal emphasis on the mental, social and physical development of children. Eliminate comparison of the individual people with the achievement of the other pupils in the class. Indicate the aims of the school and the general objectives of education. Report the achievement of the pupil in relation to the specific aim of each subject. Diagnose the pupil's difficulties and also make suggestions for improvement. Provide for self-analysis. Consists of a personalized message to the pupil and parent. Indicate the relation of the pupil's present status in terms of requirement for graduation. Provide supplementary notice to parents of failing or unsatisfactory work. Be attractive in composition, appearance of printing and quality of paper. Personal and informal letter. Many modern teachers are employing the use of personal letter as a substitute for the traditional monthly report card. This type of report has obvious advantages provided it meets certain desirable criteria. One of the purposes of the report to the parents is the establishment of a happy relationship with the teacher. Consequently, the letter should be cordial, friendly, informal and informing. It should reveal the interest of the teacher in and the knowledge of each individual child. It should also suggest how the school and the home can cooperate in the promotion of the child's development. The letters should be in a language that parents can understand. Letters to parents written by the pupils. The letters by pupils can supplement other report forms and sometimes substitute them. Children's letters without the proper guidance of the teacher will become meaningless. It is wise to use this record once or twice a year to supplement the usual reports adopted and used by the school. A pupil can write on what is the state of the unit of work current at the time of the report, or what type of boy or girl am I, what kind of work do I do, my comments and teachers' comments. Parent-teacher conferences. The teachers should keep a cumulative folder for each individual pupil. Its content can be used for pupil guidance. If progress reports of children are made to parents through conferences, many of the evils of the traditional report cards can be eliminated. The conferences should be informal, friendly and cordial in nature. They should be held under conditions that are not hurried or strained. Both parents should participate in them. At its close, teachers should prepare a written statement of what took place. Relevant proportions of the statement should be copied in child's record folder. Each conference should carefully planned and fixed according to parents' convenience. Why the teacher should study the society? Studying the society in order to understand the background of the pupils. The school has control over the education of the child for only a small part of his working hours, 8 months a year, 5 days a week and 6 hours a day. During the 2 months of vacation, the school's influence over the child is practically nil. If the faculty of a school is to know and understand adequately their pupils, it needs to know the nature of the society from which the child comes, because it determines very largely the kind of a child he is. The teachers also need to know the educational influences which are operating simultaneously with the work of the school to enable him to develop in school educational experiences in consideration of, and sometimes starting with those experiences the child has had elsewhere. To approach two sets of students in the same class level in the same course with exactly the same teaching methods is to overlook what is known about the psychology of the learning process and about individual differences. It is inappropriate to use the same curriculum content for persons of widely differing socio-economic levels and varying amounts of experience outside of their own society. A teacher who ignores the kinds of background from which the pupils come may find himself completely lacking in understanding of them. He may erroneously consider that they also come from same type of background and have in general the same attitudes and other characteristics. Frequently he assumes that they are all similar to those persons coming from his own background. Teachers who are interested in making a study of the society may study the same under the following heads: the people, racial and national backgrounds, birth rate, size of the society, social structure, pressure groups. Under the heading homes, physical condition, ownership, intra-family relationship, occupation, business and professional opportunities, basic industries, character of occupation, job opportunities, wages and salaries. Under the heading geographical and historical backgrounds, location of society, local history. Under the heading of government, political organization, services, protection. Under the heading of health, hospital and medical facilities, public health conditions, mental health, recreational facilities and needs, adequacy of facilities, relationship to youth problems, relationship to homes, welfare needs, agencies and provisions, attitudes, types needed, religious agencies, activities, professional organization such as satsangs, civil groups such as Rotary Association and political parties, cultural groups such as clubs for the promotion of enjoyment of art, music, drama, literature, utilization of society as part of the curriculum. One of the important principles of teaching is to make learning experiences as concrete and realistic as possible. It is often possible to utilize things found in the society as the basis for learning. Museums, educational institutions, historic sites, places of the geographical and scientific interest in other places can help the boys and girls understand better something already included in the curriculum. Citizens in the society often can be brought into the schools as the resource persons in order to enrich the explanations of the particular topic or idea. Utilizing society leadership for advice to the school program. Often there are persons in the society who can be of great help in formulating proposals with respect to school policy within the broad framework of that already drawn by the department. A word of caution here: the school should remain to be the true representative of the society and must not become a tool in the hands of some groups to utilize education for their own ends. Providing leadership in society change. The school's educational obligations are not limited exclusive to boys and girls of school age. Many times there are educational, cultural and social needs of adults which can be met by the school better than by other agencies. The schools can take up some service projects, example social services among the backward population of the town such as cleanliness, anti-mosquito campaigns, attending on the sick. School labour service may be organized on special occasions such as Republic Day, Independence Day, Gandhi Jayanti, Gandhi death anniversary, etc. Activities like planting of trees, road repair and erection of platforms, cleaning of lanes, digging of manure pits, making of drains may also prove useful. Beautification of village through planting of trees, laying of out avenues, clearing up the public places like streets, temples, drains can help in bringing about an effective society change. School's partnership with the society. The school's relationship to the home and to the society can be compared to the two concentric circles. The first and the smaller circle is the home, second and the larger circle is the society. One of the major tasks before the school today is to establish a two-way traffic between the school and the society. We can never shut out a school from the life of a society. Schools report with a life outside the school is a must for good education, otherwise education will be anemic, unreal and unable to make any abiding impact on the mind and character of children. As social purposes change, as the techniques of production develop, as knowledge advances, as the meaning of culture deepens, the life of society is powerfully influenced by all these factors. If the school is not able to keep pace with these changes and does not adjust its programs to them, it becomes an outdated, backward looking agency. In the present setup, the school cannot be an island in the midst of the society. It has to be a watchtower, not an ivory tower. The school must enrich the society and the society must support the school. Let us build up bridges between the two so that the two-way traffic is not only possible but pleasant and useful also. The latest slogan in education in all the progressive countries is, let us study the society, use the society, serve the society and involve the society in the educational process. Let educational reform start with the relinking of the school to life and the resorting of the intimate relationship between them. How to make the school a society centered? The following steps are recommended for making the school are society centered. Plan the program of the school with reference to the needs of its society and its pupils. The basic responsibility of any school, says the Secondary Education Commission on Teacher Education, is twofold: partly to the society that supports it, a society whose needs and demands reflect basic ideals, past experiences, and immediate and prospective circumstances, and partly to the children and young people it serves. It may sound practically impossible in India, since the curricula of secondary schools are prescribed by the State Department of Education and the schools cannot be attempted beyond the rigid limits. It may be remarked here that curriculum should be such as is capable of adaptation to the local needs and situations. Craft is one of the compulsory subjects in the middle school, so a school should select a local craft. Similarly, the courses of study of vocational school should suit its peculiar geographical setting. Society resources can go a long way in vitalizing classroom instruction. The teacher can transform academic symbols into realities by connecting them with conditions in the society about which the child is gaining first-hand knowledge from day to day. It would be tragic if a child in 3rd grade can point to a river on the map and give a definition of rivers in terms of his geography textbook, but does not know that the stream flowing through his village is also a river described in his geography book. Resources vary from society to society. The opportunities which the teacher in an open rural area has are only slightly related to those of a teacher in an urban area, but society's study opportunities are available to every school and should be explored, especially those which lie within walking distance. Evidently, the local factory, retail shop, business office is real. School children can see them, hear them, ask questions about them and examine them minutely. If the teacher is resourceful and the class enthusiastic and clever, there should be no difficulty in listing available resources for proper and detailed study. Field trips, society surveys and school camps should be organized for this purpose. Field trips may be undertaken for securing information, changing attitudes, awakening interest, developing appreciations, promoting ideas, enjoying new experiences. They may be used to initiate a unit of study or serve as its core or give it to the finishing touch. They impact first-hand knowledge, confirm and supplement second-hand knowledge. They sharpen observation and evaluate principles. Society surveys can provide excellent educational experiences to senior pupils. Surveys foster comprehensive understanding of society structure and processes in their everyday operation, interaction and complexity. They are extremely useful in stimulating depth of insight into vital society problems and trends, as these have been influenced by past conditions and present development. They disclose problems which need solution. School camping is also a very useful activity. It encourages direct learning experiences. It has potential life situations. It is conducive to teaching by doing, seeing, hearing, testing, smelling and feeling by the students. Teachers and other resource persons have to do the least talking. The school can serve as the center of adult activities. The school can be made the center of social education. Bulletin boards may be set up to display new and other useful information about the local society in particular and the country in general. The school furniture rooms, playgrounds, hall, gymnasium and audio visual aids may be freely lent to the adult society for purposes of education and recreation. Books from the school library may be issued to the adults in the society, but if for the dearth of books this facility cannot be extended, at least the use of library reading room must be allowed. Several adult organizations such as literary societies and cooperative societies may be allowed to hold their committee meetings in the classrooms. They may be invited to use the school hall for lectures, radio talks and such religious discourses as will not produce any adverse effects. Schools can work on all days of the year and thus provide part-time courses to meet the need of many older children who leave the school to earn a livelihood or to assist their parents in making both ends meet. The teachers should be available for talks and discussions on various aspects of life. School can arrange various programs, musical, dramatic and cultural, and those relating to national and international affairs. The members of the society may be cordially invited to attend and even participate in them. Coordinating community forces for action. There are two important tasks to be done to coordinate community forces for action. The first is to define the roles of school and community as precisely as possible. The second is the respective responsibilities of the school and society for developing effective means of communication. Measures for winning society support. Here are some measures that can be adopted by the principal and the teachers to win the support of the parents and society at large. Maintain a warm, welcoming school atmosphere. Begin with real, immediate problems right at hand. Get people working as teams, including, if possible, both children and adults on committees. Plan big, but in order to assure initial success, begin small and then expand as rapidly as possible. Arrange for appropriate self-appraisal by the group. As the program expands, develop appropriate structure and organization. Responsibility for a community school does not lie solely with school people. Teachers should not be disheartened if progress is slow. The vital importance of the individual teacher should never be forgotten or ignored. Dear viewers, in this lesson we have seen so far about the teacher's relation with the society, measures for securing cooperation with the society, the reasons why the teacher needs to study about the society and how to make the school society centered. Thank you.